Hi, this is Dr. Chandler for OGL 320 Foundations of Project Management, and I wanted to give a video for for a course announcement today because we're kind of at a important milestone for the project, and that is we're over the initial everybody getting accustomed to what this class is all about and solidly rolling up their sleeves and stepping into that project manager role and grabbing a hold of the steering wheel, steering the project towards success. And so I just wanted to share a few things that I think are going super great at this time. And one of those is that some of the project managers that's you, the students, are contacting the client, that's me, and asking all sorts of questions about some upcoming products that are worth a lot of points to make sure that they really lock in their understanding of the quality criteria for those products, and that is fantastic. Another thing that's going really well is that there's some great engagement going on amongst the colleagues in the class regarding the concepts that are in the texts. That is fantastic. And I should tell you that in perusal, by this point in the class, you might notice this and you might not, but at this point I start to step back a little bit and then a little bit more and then a little bit more, because by this point in the class, students who had never used perusal before are accustomed to it by now. Students who are new to the ideas of project management are getting used to the terminology and whatnot by now, and so there can be this really great engagement amongst the colleagues in the class, and so that students don't need me to step in there and say, this is the right answer, because there's so much amazing knowledge that's held by the students in this class that is being shared. So that's wonderful, and that's why it's important for me to step back a little, because one of the foundational elements that we're really focusing on in this class is that how unique project management is for each individual project manager, for each individual project that they manage. There's so many things that combine for that experience to be entirely unique, and so there's no one-size-fits-all answers of like always do this or never do that. There's so many variables that come into play, and that's great that the conversations in perusal that's happening amongst the students is addressing all of that specificity and those unique variables that make the situation different. And so another great thing that's happening in the class is that some students are creating extra credit products to earn more points, and by doing that now early on in the class, they are avoiding some risks, and they're also creating a cushion for themselves. So as the project progresses and those inevitable contingencies occur, they will have that cushion to help them deal with that. So that's a great strategy for doing that. And there's a lot of help that's going on amongst the colleagues in the class. Students are making suggestions, giving recommendations, looking up tools and techniques and strategies and sharing those. And and there's also an offer that one student made to mentor any project manager in the class, and that student is going to be featured in an open discussion session coming up in the class. And so I just wanted to say at this point that how amazing this is. We are doing all of this great work in the midst of a global pandemic that is impacting every one of us every single day and creating a lot of unpredictability in our lives. And that means we all have to make sure that we're attending to our own needs as far as self-care is concerned. And that's really important. And a lot of students mention things like this about the different things that they do for their own self-care. Some students mention that in their baseline assessments, which is fantastic. And I want to encourage everyone to continue to do those things, whatever they are for you, to do those self-care items. And also, I need to mention that if any student wants to have a one-on-one with me, either on the phone or through an online Zoom session, we can do that at any time. If you want to have one, all you need to do is email me directly at my ASU email address, not through the inbox function that exists within Canvas. Not that, but just email me directly and let me know some dates and some times, specific dates and times that would work well for you, and let me know your preference, whether you want to do a Zoom session or have a phone call. And if you prefer a phone call, just give me your telephone number, and then I will respond by selecting one of those options that you've provided, and I'll send you a meeting invite, and that's how we'll get that set up. And in those one-on-one sessions, we can talk about your concerns, your questions, your issues. You can even complain. This is a challenging course. There's a lot on your plate to get done. I realize that. And if you just need to vent and complain about it, that is fine too. I'm a good listener. I have super thick skin. I don't take it personally, and that would be totally fine if you just need to vent and get these things out. That is totally fine of a thing to do. Really, seriously, don't feel bad at all. I totally understand how frustrating things can be at times. So I just wanted to wrap this up and say how immensely proud I am to be working with such a great group of amazing students in this summer B session. Really, in like I said, in the midst of a global pandemic when we're all being impacted in so many ways, I'm just seeing some really great things from all of you, and I just wanted to let you know how proud I am to be working with you all. Thanks a lot.